Hello, all my sports friends out there. Welcome to another segment of a Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. Let's get this video started, my friends out there. Today's video is going to be about the Buckeyes' best team of all time. Now, when you mention Buckeye football, you first have to mention the 8 national championships that the Buckeyes have. 1942, 1954, 1957, 1961, 1968, 1970, 2002, and 2014. Count them up, 8 of them. You might say, without a doubt, out of those 8 national championships, one of them will have to be the greatest team of all time in Buckeye football history. And I would have to agree with you. So for Buckeye Vinny here, it's going to be a little ironic because I'm going with one of these 8 teams as my all-time best, and then I'm going to throw in a added surprise with another Buckeye team that was not a national championship team. I'm going to first start off with the Buckeyes' all-time greatest team, and that would have to be in 1968. The Buckeyes finished a perfect 10-0. They defeated USC Trojans in the Rose Bowl 27-16. And let me tell you, in 1968, this team was dubbed the greatest football team of all time. And I'm not just talking all time as in Buckeyes all time. I'm talking the media and sports writers said that the Buckeyes in 1968 were the best college football team of all time. Now, we were loaded on defense. Not a big surprise. Defensive back and All-American Jack Tatum. What a career he had for the Buckeyes. Let's not forget quarterback Rex Kern, Jim Otis, and tight end Bruce Jankowski, who actually, Jankowski, in the 1968 season, led the Buckeyes with 31 receptions, led the Buckeyes in receiving yards with 328, and led the Buckeyes in touchdown receptions. This guy was the real deal. So now you can see why I dubbed the 1968 team as one of the all-time best in Buckeye football history. But my fans out there, I'm throwing out another team. Obviously, another Buckeye team. And this would be the 1973 Buckeye team. Now, ironically, this 1973 Buckeye team went undefeated. They won 10, lost 0. But there was a little asterisk by this. They tied 1 game. And it was the last game of the season versus the Michigan Wolverines. This game was played in Ann Arbor, and the Buckeyes and Michigan tied 10-10. Now, you talk about a very gifted team here. Pete Johnson at fullback, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner Archie Griffin at running back, Cornelius Green was our quarterback, and Bruce Elia was our standout defensive player. We had it all in 1973. Ironically, even though the Buckeyes finished undefeated, they were not national champions in 1973. But nonetheless, this is a team that pitched 4 shutouts in the 1973 season. Phenomenal defense. This is a 1973 team that averaged 38 points a game on offense. You got to remember, back then the Buckeyes did not pass the ball at all. Okay? Again, they were led by Pete Johnson and Archie Griffin. That was the 1-2 punch. And yes, Cornelius Green was a good quarterback, but most of his yards and touchdowns came from running the ball. And this team still averaged 38 points a game. What really jumped out to me, Buckeye fans, was defense only gave up a stingy 6 points a game in the 1973 season. And this is why I dubbed them tied with the 1968 team of all-time best Buckeye football teams. They also went on to beat USC. I tell you what, back then, Woody Hayes, man, he had USC's number. In 1973, the Buckeyes also went on to beat USC in the Rose Bowl 42-21. Now, you might ask that the Buckeyes were runner-up in 1973. You might ask to who? Well, Notre Dame in that 1973 season were dubbed the national champs, beating Alabama 24-23 in a thriller. So you might really ask yourself that if the Buckeyes did not tie that game, you got to remember, the Buckeyes were beating Michigan 10-0 at halftime. And you might have said, well, that's money in the bank because our defense only yields 6 points a game. Well, Michigan made a really nice comeback and again went on to tie the Buckeyes 10-10. But nevertheless, say the Buckeyes would have won that game. That would have put the Buckeyes at 11-0. I already said the Fighting Irish beat the Crimson Tide 24-23 to put them at 11-0, who would have been dubbed the national champs in 1973. Now, we don't have to worry about that because it didn't play out that way, but it's just very interesting looking back. The Buckeyes still legitimately did not lose a game, and they finished number 2 behind the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. My friends, for everybody out there that are new to my channel, checking me out for the first time, please click on the subscribe button. If you like this video, please click on the like button and don't forget to click on the notification bell. And like always, please comment down below. I want to read who you think your greatest Buckeye team of all time is. Like always, peace out. God bless. Buckeye football right around the corner. Buckeye Vinny's out of here.